Labour must not form a coalition with the Māori Party. The Māori Party is a dangerous joke that should be nowhere near cabinet. They should be ruled out for 100 different reasons. They openly want to put Malry first. They claim Malry are genetically superior. They claim Caucasians are an archaic race destined for extinction. They want to divide New Zealand by race. They want a separate Māori parliament. They want separate public services for Māori. They want a separate retirement age for Māori. They accused the last Labour government of attempting to genocide Māori. They accused the current government of being white supremacists who are trying to eradicate Māori. They repeat Russian propaganda about the Ukraine war. They openly dislike democracy. They want to rig the next election by cutting a dodgy deal with Labour. They openly want to undermine the legitimacy of Parliament. They are racist fanatics through and through. They should be nowhere near power. Do not let the left gaslight you. Their behaviour is not normal. Their rhetoric is not normal. Their policy is not normal. It is deranged extremism of a very ugly variety. It is not progressive at all, it is deeply reactionary. A deal with these people is a deal with the devil. It would make a left-wing government totally unelectable come the next election, if they even last to that point. Just look at the recent implosion of the Māori Party. An alliance with these people could totally devastate the left. It could ruin our credibility for decades. The Māori Party must be ruled out. Why would Labour work with them? They literally accused the last Labour government of genocide. They engaged in a racist criticism of Labour Party membership, campaigning in the Malry seats. Labour should grow a spine and rule them out. This would be a good look. It would contrast well with the weakness of Luxon. It would make up for the loss of seats by attracting many new voters to Labour. And it would blunt the coalition's main argument against Labour, which will be fearmongering about Labour's coalition partners. We need a firewall. In Germany, the respectable parties have an agreement to never form a coalition with the far-right party. We need something similar here. Deranged fanatics should be kept far away from power. If let into cabinet, they will totally denigrate the institution. They openly reject its legitimacy. We must not give them an opportunity to undermine it. Government legitimacy is a very precious thing. I do not want to be turned into a failed state like Sudan or Somalia. If you attempt to cripple a government's legitimacy without any serious alternative being established, that is the outcome you will create. I will be deeply unimpressed if Labour lets these reprehensible losers into cabinet. You would have to be totally consumed by white guilt to think that this unholy alliance is a good idea. Some idiots have said that if the prospect of such a coalition puts you off voting for Labour, you were never going to vote for the left anyway. That is a lie. This is a good example of how a statement sounding nice does not make it true. I voted for the Greens last election. I will not be voting for them next year. Their closeness to the Māori Party is a major factor in that decision. The Māori Party is the easiest litmus test ever. If you are fine with their deranged behaviour, your white guilt is clearly stronger than your principles or rationality. That is a very serious problem. Labour must not work with these people. We need to make sure that they don't. If you have a chance, email a Labour Party MP and demand that they roll the Māori Party out. Apply pressure. We must make sure this horrible coalition can never be formed. People will demonise me as a right-winger for making this video. I am a socialist. I am to the left of the Māori Party. Leftism is not white guilt. Leftism is not racism from a racial minority. Leftism is the enemy of these things. It is incredible how many idiots listened to a right-wing caricature of leftism only to embrace it, only to become the right-wing straw man. It is pathetic, it is shameful.